Good morning, judges. Greetings. Today, my topic of presentation here is analysis of chemical phylogeny by HPTLC fingerprint in family Myrtaceae. The agenda for today's topic here is brief introduction on the topic, followed by the aims and objectives and materials method. Also, biochemical fingerprint analysis using HPTLC method. Then results and conclusion. Moving on to the first agenda of today's topic, where I would like to highlight the application of a medicinal plant for the benefit of human is perpetual, and now it is positively increasing every day. So hence, for better understanding of plant community origin, also their association with each other, also their taxonomic characterization is now have become essential. It is also fascinating to observe that the increasing endearment of the researcher towards chemotaxonomy owing to nature and also the structure of the chemical moiety of secondary metabolites. Besides this, morphological parameters and the field of biochemical compound is now resolving the taxonomical disputes and are gaining importance with the help of these active compounds which are present in the plant. A remarkable contribution of chemotaxonomy is now providing a philosophical study for identification, also a quantification of specific species or a specific class of natural compound, the chemical affiliation in particular taxon, and hence it has become advantageous in further studies of understanding and knowing the unknown species which is lying within the same genre or taxon. So here the present study that we have considered reveals the affinity between the species of same family by concluding the phytochemical analysis and the fingerprinting analysis by using HPTLC, and also the relative relationship between these species using the biochemical active compound. Second agenda of our today's presentation is the aim and objective, where we aim to identify the biochemical marker using HPTLC fingerprinting analysis, and also the objective here highlights that the objective here is to make a significant contribution in the sector of chemotaxonomy. A glimpse of plant that we have targeted for a study purpose. Total seven plant that we have targeted here. The very first plant that we have considered for the study is Callistemon citrinus, which is commonly called as a bottle brush. Syzygium lanceolatum, which is a jamun member. Melaleuca leucodendron is commonly known as a kajuput. The essential oil of these kajuput tree is very it has gained a very importance in the cosmetic industries. Cedium guaja, which is commonly called as a Peru tree, and a Peru plant. Syzygium jambus is a jam tree. Pimenta dioica is English common name of this plant is allspice, and Eucalyptus globulus. The next agenda for our presentation is methodology. So wherein the extract was prepared using a reflux method, and then it was further carried out, it was further used for phytochemical screening and HPTLC fingerprinting analysis. The data that is obtained from HPTLC analysis was further used for calculating the affinity between the species. The chemical phylogeny that we have obtained were further calculated using an affinity formula, and based on that calculated value, a dendrogram using a software, that is UPGMA software, it's an online software, a dendrogram chart was prepared. The phytochemical screening of a plant reveals the presence of phenol and terpenoid in aqueous solution as well as a methanolic extract, and hence this help us to further analyze using one particular secondary metabolite for our study. So we have considered here as a terpenoid member for analyzing the HPTLC fingerprinting. The biochemical fingerprinting of HPTLC analysis. The data obtained here is the chemical profiling of the 7 plant that we have considered for the study purpose. Based on the data obtained here, a pairing affinity was calculated using the formula displayed on the screen. The compound which is common in the species 1 and 2 divided by the total compound present in species 1 and 2, and the percentage of the affinity that they form between them. Here is the calculated value using a pairing affinity formula. Based on the data obtained from the pairing affinity value, the chemical phylogeny that we have calculated, a dendrogram chart was prepared using a UPGMA software, which has helped us to understand the relationship between the species using a pairing affinity value. So here the higher pairing affinity value was believed to be an indication of the close affinity between the different species, and it was also considered as a marker of a close relationship. With this, I would like to conclude the result that was obtained, where preliminary analysis screen for the secondary metabolite tested positive for terpenoid as well as the phenol, and the dendrogram that we have prepared from the UPGMA software based on the pairing affinity reveals a close relationship between the species from the same family. So now we can also conclude that chemotaxonomy plays a vital role in relating the plant with each other. Although they belong to the same family and the same order, the chemical composition of the plant is different from each other, and hence the relationship can be studied. These are some of my references.